If you're looking to buy some FIFA 13 Ultimate Team codes, be sure to check out the link in the description for a very trustworthy and fast delivery website. What's up lads, Josh here, and welcome back to another episode of Ronaldo's Road to Glory, episode 19, and this is going to be our attempt at completing the series. This is going to be us trying to achieve the Gold Tournament Cup, and we're going to do it from scratch. We're going to get our full shiny gold BBVA team that we've worked up from a bronze team. We had like a 45 chemistry bronze team, up to bronzes, up to silvers, and finally up to golds. It's taken 19 episodes. Can we complete the journey of Ronaldo's Road to Glory? Hopefully we can this episode, and we're going to start off in the first tournament game. Normally the first one is the hardest, and you're going to see some really weird things happening here. The first game, get an 87 chemistry guy with M and EK, and look what happens. I'm going to be through on goal very soon. I would have been through with Cristiano Ronaldo, but something happens there. I'm expecting to get through to the first game because he's clearly rage quit or something, or just quit to get better fitness or something like that. But a lot of people do this recently. But I didn't even progress onto the next thing, and Pepe did actually run out of contracts, so that's kind of sucky. But we're going to move straight back into the first game again, and we actually get a really nice opposition. And I think he's a subscriber because he said he sent me a message after the same game. Saying good game, I like your Ronaldo. You don't really get a lot of messages like that unless they sort of know you. But if you are watching me, good game. And this is his team that I was speaking about. He's got a really nice Bundesliga 3-5-2 team. I was really dreading it, to be honest. I really hate getting matched up against these sort of teams, and especially in the tournament where I have to win. Look at that, disgraceful bit of work there from Felipe Santana, and I would have been through with Cristiano Ronaldo, so he did actually have to take me out. Otherwise, I probably would have scored because Cristiano Ronaldo 1-1 would have scored. But look at this, I go and make the stupidest mistake and get a red card myself with Cesc Fabregas. What was I doing? I honestly don't know. I didn't have to slide him, but for some reason I did, and that was a red card for Cesc Fabregas, so he was straight back in the game. I was really, hoping to make that one-man advantage last for, the rest of the game, but I did actually get a red card. But Jesus Jesus Navas, because a lot of people have been saying, I say it wrong, but I think it's Jesus Navas or something like that. Jesus Navas, and that made it 1-0. And then we go and make it 2-0 in the 68th minute, but unfortunately this guy does, I think he rage quits in a second or two. You'll see very soon. We cross it in, we go for a header, he keeps, the keeper saves it, but of course this guy has had enough of it, and we're just going to, I think he gets like 23 seconds or so, and then he does actually rage quit. But this, for this time it does actually count, and we do actually go through the next round because he rage quits. I'm not too sure if he did rage quit or anything, to be honest, but he did send me a message after the game saying good game. So I'm not too sure what happened there. He may have disconnected. I'm not exactly sure. But we were out of contracts for Fabio Contrast. We apply one on him. Cesc Fabregas, of course, got a red card, so Trichalski goes in the game into the first 11 for one game until Cesc Fabregas is back with that red card off his head, and then we go into a game, second game, and I think the opposition is pretty. Actually, it's a 4-4-2 BPL team. You're going to see it very soon. But the defence is absolutely shocking. You're going to see Cahill and Rio Ferdinand, so that's going to be quite easy to beat with Cristiano Ronaldo, Martins and Jesus Navas. So, it's 0-0, and we do actually start the game off in the 21st minute with a 1-0 header from Pepe. Actually, the keeper saves it, and then it pings onto the defender's header, and then, it does actually go in. But this, I'm not even sure how the hell it didn't go in. But look at this counter that you're going to see from him. He does actually make the counter from, me hitting the crossbar. He actually comes back, and he does actually score with, I think it's Darren Bent. Yeah, it is. He had Darren Bent and Chicharito up front. This guy had pace abuse as his team name, and I had no problem seeing that because this was a very sweaty PPL team apart from the defenders. Martins makes me go 2-1 back up though, and Cristiano Ronaldo is just going to pace that with his left foot, and then he's going to absolutely rocket it home in the bottom right hand corner with his left foot. So that was quite a nice shot, and then we get some nice 1-2 football with here Cristiano Ronaldo scooping over the defender, jumping over his tackle, and then Cristiano Ronaldo is able to make it through and make it 4-1. And we're going to have another rage quit or another disconnection, but this guy pressed start and then left, so I'm assuming this guy was just had enough of it and wanted out of the game. So we needed 2 more games and this series is complete. Can we do it, guys? A lot of you guys had faith in me that I would do it first attempt, but I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm going to let you guys see who wins, or if I don't, or if I do win it, and that there might be another episode, but until the last whistle blows, you're not going to know. But we do actually apply a few more contracts to the players that need them. I've just basically been behind the contracts for off screen, because this video is like 12 minutes long already, and applying like showing me buying contracts, etc. would take so much time. Sorry about my phone's just gone off again. So I think it's gone off like 5 times in a row. I really do need to turn it off before recording, but I keep forgetting to. But we're ready for our our semi-final match, and the guy we're going to get matched up against is an absolutely great player. He's got Aguero up front. He's got like a really nice Argentinian team. You're going to see it very, very soon. This was possibly the tightest game that you're ever going to see on a road to glory. It was that action-packed. He's got a really nice silver and gold Argentinian mix, and he's just got a fantastic team. But I do go 1-0 up with Jesus Navas, and that is a really, really nice power shot into the bottom left-hand corner to make me go 1-0 up in the 5th minute. So that was a really nice early lead, but unfortunately, I'll tell you very soon that it doesn't really last. But DeMarcos gets a really nice finesse into the bottom right hand corner in the 9th minute, and that made it 2-0. So I was kind of comfortable. This guy wasn't doing too much, but then he comes back with 1, and I really hated. I wanted to just go absolutely ham with this score, but this guy was a very good player. That made it 2-1, and of course Aguero just dribbles around my defenders. I couldn't defend against Aguero. He was very, very good at dribbling with him, and that made it 2-2. He equalises in the 45th minute, just before half time, and then I actually do come back. After in the second half, 3 minutes into the second half, we go Cristiano Ronaldo header, and it does actually go in. Keeper should be saving that, but he's not saved it, and that's the 49th minute, and that is, I think, 2-1 or 3-2 to me, and of course Cristiano Ronaldo's team, because he's absolutely beasting on this game. But unfortunately, look at that 82nd minute. I was hoping to hold off for a 3-2 win, but that's 3-3 in the 82nd minute. Aguero again getting his hat-trick, I think that was, and now you're going to see, surely this is going to be the winner. 90th minute, I sweat it across to Obafemi Martins, and I was going absolutely ballistic at this point, because I really wanted to, I really want to win this guy, because he's just a very, very good opposition. But look at this, 2 minutes later, just before the full-time whistle blows, he scores again in the 90th minute with Aguero getting his 4th goal of the game. And it does actually go into extra time and penalty, and this is just a little bit of the kickoff, and then we start into the game. 2 minutes later, we go through over the top ball for Cristiano Ronaldo, and Cristiano Ronaldo is just going to strength it again, and it does actually pop down to Jesus Navas, and what a beautiful tramp goal to Cristiano Ronaldo to make me go 5-4 up. This game was just so tight. It was. I have never played someone so good, but a long through ball over the top from the goalkeeper to Obafemi Martins, and he is going to concede the penalty. Personally, I didn't think it was a penalty. I thought I would have settled for just a corner, but he does actually give the penalty away, and this gives me the best opportunity to get back into the game. Cristiano Ronaldo, where's he going to put it? He's going to put it top left, or straight back in the middle to the left, and that makes it 6-2. So what he was pretty much getting shut out at this point, and I was just about to shut him out completely, and that made it 7-4, and I think we do have another rage quit in a second or two. This guy was a fantastic opposition, but unfortunately he really wanted to win the game, and he does actually rage quit. You're going to see very, very soon. I thought it was me, because that page took a long time to load, but we did actually beat him 7-4, and he rage quits, and we're now ready for the final game of, this could be the final game ever of Ronaldo's Road to Glory, or it could be just be the final, and then we'll play more on the next episode. But we're gonna see very, very soon what happens. But we're just stocking everybody back up to fitness. We're getting a contract on a few people that really need them, and we're ready for the final. This guy in the final has a really nice Liga BBVA team. You're gonna see very, very soon. The searching for opponents actually does take quite a while, but sometimes you gotta wait for like at night it takes like 20 minutes or so, but because I pretty much just recorded this like 2-3 hours ago, it took like a couple of minutes to get into a game. But we go into a game and we get a BBVA team. He's got BBVA beasts, so I'm expecting a League of BBVA team, and he does indeed have a really nice League of BBVA team, apart from PK and Puyol. Remember what I said last episode, guys? PK and Puyol, so easy to to beat, and in the final I couldn't have wished for a better sort of defense to play against. And look at that. What is wrong with that? I honestly don't see what's wrong with that. Kaká should be making me go 1-0 up there, but he hits the post, and the goal is disallowed. But we go, 10 minutes later, we do actually we take the lead with Jesus Navas. He's just been, so vital this episode. He's scored like 3 or 4 goals, and we get a long through ball randomly up the top, just to clear it, and his defense has gone absolutely AWOL, and we do actually take the 2-0 lead with Jesus Navas, and surely this is going to be game, set and match. We're just going to absolutely dominate him. Nice through ball to Martins in the 30th minute. 7 minutes later from Jesus Navas' second goal, and that makes it 3-0. So surely the game is over now. But just to take the piss out of him, we do actually make it go 4-0 up with Kaká getting that rebounded header, and then just shooting it into a open net. And surely, guys, this is going to be the game. But he does actually get one consolation goal with Puyol, and that was how it finished, 4-1. And the series is complete. You guys had faith in me in completing this series in one attempt, and I did it. I completed 4 games, no losses, all wins, and we did it, guys. We beat him 4-1. Very, very good opposition. He had some really nice chances, but I did demolish the guy 4-1. And as you're going to see, we won the Gold Cup, we won 2,000 coins, and we won a gold pack. So we're going to open that very, very soon, and that will be the end of this series, guys. I want to thank you for all the support you have shown on every single episode. I'm sure there's been probably quite a few hundred people that have seen every single episode. So, if you've seen every episode, please do leave a comment saying, I've watched every one, I've loved it, etc. Because you guys have shown so much support, over 400 likes on every single episode. And honestly, I never thought a Road to Glory would do this well on my channel, but you guys have just gone absolutely ham on it, and we've just opened the pack, and we did get Tim Howard, but we got 4,000 coins, so that's quite a nice bonus for that pack. And we're just going to send everything back to my main account, and for a week or so, guys, while I get ready for Ribery's Road to Glory, because that's going to happen very, very soon, we're going to be, we're just going to have some normal Ultimate Team squad builders, etc., 2-team hybrids, and we'll have some nice hybrids, etc., like that. You're going to see them very, very soon, for about a week or so, and then Ribery's Road to Glory will start next week. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. I want to thank you guys for all the support you've shown. If we could go for 500 likes on this finale, and I want to thank you guys for having faith in me that I could complete it in one attempt, and we have done so. We've won the Gold Cup with our very, very nice team, and yeah, guys. Follow me on Twitter at @JustGamer94. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks for tuning in to every single episode of Ronaldo's Road to Glory, and hope you've enjoyed it. Goodbye.